is to learn how to think. Why do you need therapy? To learn how to think. Why is this not church? Because I want you to learn how to think. Learn how to discern. If you're ever going to heal your life and become aligned with God and what he wants you to be, you got to learn how to think. You got to learn how to discern. Listen to that inner voice that's in you. You have to learn how to seek for yourself. You have to learn how to tell the truth about what something is producing in your life. I'm just saying. You know, real spiritual maturity, it should not require the destruction of your ability to think for yourself. Did you just hear what I just said? Real spiritual maturity should not require the destruction of your ability to think for yourself. Are you listening? I said, think for yourself. Many people, you follow certain things right now, you don't even be thinking for yourself. You don't even know why you serve God. You don't even know why you're doing this. So when you get church hurt by the same people that you don't know what you're doing anyway, where do you end up? You end up lost saying, look, I don't really want anything to do with him. Because this person and that person, they are bad representatives because you never thought for yourself. Yeah. Do me a favor, tap that screen. Definitely share this with about 5 people. If you are enjoying what I'm saying tonight, do me a favor and comment one word for me. Comment one word for me. Separate. Yeah. Yeah. Separate. Are we talking tonight? Separate. Now we're getting ready to get into our 3 points. And I want you to write these 3 points down. These 3 points are very powerful. I'm telling you, get ready. Get ready. These 3 points are very powerful. Yeah, about 15 more seconds. We should be at 100K likes by now. Yeah. I know this is a real character building therapy session tonight, but we got to do the work. If you don't do the work, you stay bound and you stay lost and you stay behind. We got to do the work. Point number 1, write this down. Write this down. When somebody makes disagreeing with them feel like disobeying God, control has become spiritual. Write this down. When somebody makes disagreeing with them feel like disobeying God, control has become spiritual. I'm educating you today. And somebody needs to be educated. I'm telling you what spiritual control is. When somebody makes disagreeing with them feels like disobeying God, control has become spiritual. You need to wake up. And this is where the weaponization happens. And this is how they use it against you. And this is how they keep you bound. And this is how they keep you for years. A controlling person says, do what I say. A spiritual control says this: God wants you to do what I say. And I was raised in something like this. And there's a lot of spiritual controlling up in there. God, if you don't obey the rules and regulations of the church, but what if it goes against the scriptures? That's spiritual control. What if it's not even right, people be believing sometimes? That's spiritual control. They say spiritual control says God wants you to do what I say. Now the stakes, it feel completely different now. Because saying no does not only feel like, dang, I disappointed the person. It can feel like I disappointed God. And God may punish me now. And I might lose my blessing. Oh, I'm rebellious now. And I'm outside of God's protection. And now you can remain attached to something that is hurting you. I'm so sorry. I feel sorry for y'all. I feel for you. You've been controlling these people. I hope they not on here tonight. Now they about to wake up tonight. Now, people like this, you remain attached to something that is hurting you. And it's not even because you cannot see the hurt. Are you listening? But it's because leaving has been made to feel spiritually dangerous. If you go over there, God gonna punish you. If you leave this house, God gonna punish you. If you leave this group, God gonna punish you. Are you listening? Have anybody ever heard anything like this before? When I was coming up as a little boy, they say, look, you go to anybody else church, you going to hell. Yeah. And this what. And so when I was a kid and I left, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't even know what to believe. These folks over here, they got the spirit. I feel God over here. I don't know what they talking about over there. Like, spiritual control. Because if you leave them, it feels spiritually dangerous. Write this down very quickly. Write this down. When somebody makes leaving them feel like leaving God, attachment can become spiritual captivity. When somebody makes leaving them feel like leaving God, attachment can become spiritual captivity. And this is so against God. For Christian folk, this is so against the word of God anyway. Can't be a Lord over God's people. But when somebody makes leaving them feel like leaving God, attachment can become spiritual captivity. And this can happen in church. This can happen in a ministry. This could happen in a family. This could happen in a marriage. This could happen in a spiritual community. Any environment where one person positions themselves as the gatekeeper between you and God. Are you listening? Healthy guidance can survive questions. Control, it needs your questions to disappear. Are you listening? Healthy leadership can say, think about it. Control says, don't question me. Are you listening? Control says, don't question me. Healthy leadership does not need to become God in your mind. Listen to me. Healthy leadership does not need to become God in your mind. Point number 2. Let's move along because I'll be there all day. Point number 2. Point number 2. Point number 2. I want you to write this down very quickly. Hold on one second. Guys, look, I'm about to get ready to end this over here. I just wanted to start coming over here and probably do 30 minutes and start building this algorithm up over here. You can just click the link in my bio to see where I'm live at, because I'm on a TT right now. So y'all can come over to the wild side. I love y'all. I'm still live. All right. All right. All right. That is done. Point number two. Spiritual hurt can teach you to distrust the very part of you that was trying to protect you. Are you listening? Listen to what I'm saying very quickly. Spiritual hurt can teach you to distrust the very part of you that was trying to protect you. Now, I want to brace you. I want to brace you really quick, because this right here, this is painful. Okay, this is not for the weak. This is painful. Because some of you knew something felt wrong before you had a language for it. You knew something in your heart, it felt wrong before you had a language for it. Are you listening? Something inside of you said, this don't feel right. Something inside of you said, no, this don't feel right. But you was taught to override it. Yeah. You was taught to override it. No, this ain't right. Your discomfort was called rebellion. That child just rebellious. Yeah. Your discomfort was called rebellion. Your questions was called disrespect. Your boundaries was called selfish. Your exhaustions was called lack of faith. Your desire to leave was called disobedience. So eventually you stop trusting yourself. Pay attention to what I'm saying, because I don't want you to miss this. You stop trusting yourself. And that damage can follow you long after you leave. Someone asks, "What do you think?" And you freeze. Somebody asks you, "What do you want?" You don't know. How about this? Somebody asks you this, "What do you believe?" And suddenly, you're afraid of giving the wrong answer. Are you listening? That is somebody still living inside your decision even after they lost physical access to your life. Write this down. Oh, I'm just putting you on game. I'm just got to put you on game. We got to get you healed from this. Write this down. Sometimes the hardest thing to recover after spiritual control is not faith in God. It is faith in your own ability to recognize what is true. Did you just hear what I just said? Write this down. It's the truth. Sometimes the hardest thing to recover after spiritual control is not faith in God. No, you believe in God, but it is your faith in your own ability to recognize what is true. And see, rebuilding that, it may begin with very simple sentences. I noticed something. I have a question. I disagree. I need time. I don't know yet. No. Sometimes I don't know yet is healthier than pretending you still believe everything you was told. Are you listening? True story. Shari, I appreciate those fireworks. Point number three. Write this down. Don't want you to miss this. We're doing some real healing tonight. How many enjoying this conversation? If you enjoying this conversation, definitely like to chat up with some fire emojis. We're talking about tonight people who abuse God's name to control you. And that's what we're talking about tonight. If you enjoying what we're talking about and you are learning from this and there's still some things that need to heal in you from this, you are on the right live. Because I don't care about who, what organization. I don't care about none of that. All I care is about you resetting and you healing and you get to know God for yourself. This type of hurt can keep you bound, and yes, it could keep you from certain favors in your life. Sometimes you don't even know the ability to know what's true anymore, so sometimes you confuse doing wrong. There's a lot of people who say, shoot, I've been blessed. Yeah, I hear, living a crazy life. I've been blessed. Maybe they were just taught that blessing was just financially. Point number three. Before I go down that rabbit hole. Healing may require you to separate God from the people who claim to speak for him. Write that down. Healing in your life may require you to separate God from the people who claim to speak for him. Are you listening? I'm not telling you what conclusion you have to reach about God. That is not what I'm telling you. I am telling you, separate the variables. Separate them. Who actually hurt me? What did they teach me? What did they say God wanted? What did they gain from me believing it? What beliefs did I genuinely choose? Which ones were inherited? You should be asking yourself, right now, you should be asking, which ones were inherited? What beliefs did I really choose for myself? Which ones were enforced through fear? And here is a difficult question. If you were never afraid of disappointing the people who taught you about God, what would you believe right now? That's a good question for you. If you were never afraid of disappointing the people who taught you about God, what would you actually believe right now? Now, that's a hurtful question. How can I talk like this with so much great confidence? Because there was a time in my life where I was questioning everything. All of them was hypocrites. Telling me what I couldn't do, but y'all doing it. I'm seeing pastors coming out of hotel rooms telling me to slow down. I thought that was disrespectful. You might as well put me on game, fam. You in here doing what I'm doing. You might as well put me on game, fam. Woo! I'm just saying. And there comes a day where you have to learn for yourself. There's a lot of questions. This is a very important question. If you was never afraid of disappointing maybe mama, maybe daddy, maybe grandmama, maybe sister, maybe brother, maybe auntie, maybe family, maybe friend, somebody who taught you about God, if you was never afraid of disappointing people, what would you actually believe right now? I know this gonna hurt for some people, because you don't even know what you will believe right now, unless you had a real encounter with God. Sit with that. Because maybe some of the anger you associate with God belongs to somebody who used God's name. Maybe some of the anger you have stored up that you associate with God and you are upset, maybe that belonged to somebody who used God's name. Maybe some of the fear you associate with God, maybe it belongs to the environment that trained you to be afraid. And I'm not telling you not to fear God. His arms ain't like ours. We can't fight him. And that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, maybe some of the fear you associate with God, maybe the fear that you have, it belongs to an environment that trained you to be afraid. And sometimes it's afraid of things that's not even God don't even care about. God is angry with sin. He don't like that. These personal views and these man-made rules, I'm sorry. Maybe some of the shame you thought was spiritual, maybe was somebody's method to keeping you small. Are you listening? Maybe some of the shame you thought was spiritual, maybe it was somebody's method to keep you small. And maybe eventually, you come back to faith differently. Maybe eventually you come back to faith differently. Maybe your faith already looks different now. Maybe you still have questions. Maybe right now, all you can say is, I don't know. How many people tonight could actually say, dang, I really don't know? You was hurt so bad, you really don't know. It's like, dang, I really don't know. I really don't know. Maybe right now that is all, and it's okay. This is therapy. You got to be able to tell the truth about yourself. You got to be able to really notice where you are and identify what you are thinking, what is going on with you. You don't have to solve all of this tonight, but you can decide though, I will not let the person who hurt me make every spiritual decision for the rest of my life. Maybe you should write that down. I will not let the person who hurt me make every spiritual decision for the rest of my life. And that is separation. That is separation. I want to have a moment of reflection really quick. I want to have a moment of reflection. I want you to ask yourself some questions tonight. I'm so serious. I want you to dig deep. I want you to dig deep. I want the room to get quiet. I want you to ask yourself, who taught me what God felt like? Ask yourself this question. Who taught me what God felt like? Did God feel loving? Or was he constantly disappointed? Did God feel safe? Or did God feel unpredictable? Could I ask questions? Could I tell the truth about my pain? Or Belonging requires silence. Now I want you to ask this. What did I have to stop trusting in myself in order to stay connected? Use your mind and think. What did I have to stop trusting in myself in order to stay connected? What did you have to stop trusting in yourself to stay connected? We untangling some things tonight. Was it your questions you had to disconnect yourself from? Was it your instincts? Because when I was a little kid, they wanted me to be crazy. You wanted me to be foolish. You wanted me not to trust my instincts because of you carrying a badge. Was it your boundaries that you had to give up in order to stay connected? And I'm talking to the older generation as well. What did you have to give up to stay connected to certain churches or to certain people, to certain families? Was it your right to say no? Now, and finally, this is it right here. This is it right here. Am I still living by rules from a room I already left? Ask yourself that question. Because there's a lot of people I know, you still living by rules. You don't even know if true or not. You don't even know if they're true or not. You still living by the rules. Am I still living by rules from a room I already left? Yeah. Because sometimes you leave physically, but the system keeps making decisions inside your head. You still hear their voice. You still anticipate punishment. You still feel guilty for being free. Healing, it begins when you stop asking, what am I allowed to believe, and start learning how to honestly seek truth for yourself. This is a major part of your healing. Please write that down. Please write this down. Please. Healing begins when you stop asking, what am I allowed to believe, and start learning how to honestly seek truth for yourself. This same logic, you can take this logic up, put it up, and put it in any system, and it's gonna be the same answer every time. And stay bound to certain people because they tell you what to believe, and they're not even in your life no more. Yeah. Woo! This is some good stuff. We got to talk about this. I'm serious. We're doing a whole series on this. Yeah. We're doing a whole series on this. Because a lot of the reasons people are messed up right now is because they don't really know what to believe. Because somebody was a bad example. Somebody was maybe harming some people at the church, or there's been a bad community leader. while claiming to know God. And now it's like, I don't even know if God is real, because look what's going on over there. Look what this doing. This person all about money. This person is this and that person is that. And you get hurt by different organizations in different ways. You get hurt in different religious agendas in different ways. Everybody has their own way of pain that have caused them not to even believe and trust in themselves for real, or trust in what's real or what's fake. When I was writing the 7 Laws of Reset book, one of the laws is the law of truth. Now, I quote this, and this is a quote from my book. What you refuse to tell the truth about, it will continue to control you. And sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. And this is a very uncomfortable conversation tonight. And this is not a therapy session that's just easy to just digest. Sometimes the truth is that environment hurt me. How many can be honest today and say, look, I was raised in a religious environment and it hurt me. That environment hurt me. It definitely hurt me. How many people can be honest and says, look, that person manipulated me. Yeah. They spiritually manipulated me. How many people can say, look, I stayed because I was afraid. The only reason I was going to this church is because really I was afraid to leave. The only reason I was going to this sector or this mask or whatever, I was afraid. How many people are honest enough to say, I stopped trusting myself to stay connected? I believe them over believing myself. I'll believe what they say God said over believing myself. So in order for me to stay connected to them, I couldn't have a mind of my own. How many people can be honest enough to say that was you? Did you know that still be affecting your life right now? A lot of times, that be the root cause of a lot of things in your life. And that's why we talking about it, because you still need to heal from that. Truth is not betrayal. I just want to let you know that. Truth is not betrayal. And sometimes truth is how you finally stop betraying yourself. Write that down. Truth is not betrayal. And sometimes truth is how you finally stop betraying yourself. People say, man, how I'm going to heal from this and how I'm going to heal from that. Truth. Truth is not betrayal. You're not betraying nobody because you know the truth. Sometimes truth is how you finally stop betraying yourself. I want to speak to this tonight. And if you want to speak life on something like this, drop speak life in the comments. Now, we're about to get ready to release some things tonight with our voice. We're about to get ready to affirm some things on this tonight. Yeah. We got 3 nights to talk about how people have used religion to weaponize and control us. Yes. My job is not to tell you what to believe in. You know what I believe in if you in the TRC. Trust me. If you in my private community, you know what I believe in. But that's not my job to force you. No, it's my job to get you not to be foolish and just follow anything without using your brain. Yeah. Just saying. So what I want to do now, I want to release. Repeat after me. I release the fear that questioning makes me bad. I release the fear that questioning makes me bad. Questioning who? God, leadership. You ain't talk about nothing. They don't talk about how the prophets was questioning God too. But I release the fear that questioning people in spiritual places make me bad. I release the belief that another person has to think for me. Please release that. I'm gonna say this again. I release the belief that another person has to think for me. I release the guilt attached to protecting myself. I release every voice that made disagreement feel like disobedience. I'm gonna repeat that again. I release every voice that made disappointment feel like disobedience. I release the shame that taught me not to trust myself. Yeah. I release every belief I only held because I was afraid of what would happen if I questioned it. I release the person who hurt me from having authority over every spiritual decision I make from here. I'm gonna repeat that again. I release the person who hurt me from having authority over every spiritual decision I make from here. All right, now we're about to get ready to affirm. Repeat after me. I am allowed to ask questions. I am allowed to think. I am allowed to discern. I am allowed to say I don't know yet. I can honor what is sacred without surrendering myself to control. I'm gonna repeat that one. I can honor what is sacred without surrendering myself to control. I will not confuse a human voice with divine authority. I am rebuilding the trust to seek truth for myself. Before we close tonight, before we leave, remember this. Something sacred may have been used as a weapon against you. And that matters. And what happened may have changed the way you experience religion. It may have changed the way you experience faith. It may have changed the way you even see God now. But the person who hurt you does not get to make every decision about your soul for the rest of your life. I'm telling you tonight, you have to separate their voice from your conscience. You have to separate control from guidance. You have to separate fear from truth. You have to separate the person who hurt you from the questions you still have about God. You don't have to figure everything out in one night. But you can begin taking your mind, your voice, your questions, and your discernment back. They may have used faith as a weapon, but they do not get to keep using it inside your head. What I want you to do is I want you to move different. I want you to choose different. I want you to heal different. Look, I want you to protect your peace different. And always know, never let anybody use faith as a weapon. This is our night one. This is part one. We're going to be talking about this for the next 3 days. This is your night's reset session, tonight therapy session. Yeah. I want to definitely give a shout out to everybody who's been giving to me tonight and giving to this community and helping our community to grow. I believe now we are in the A League now, which is very, very powerful. You know, we are. And I'm so happy to have you here a part. Yeah. And if you believe in this community, definitely support us. Send us a galaxy tonight if you can. If not, just like these, share, do what you can. I appreciate you, Miss Handy, for that galaxy. But yeah, I'm just excited. I appreciate that galaxy in Paris. Annette Cooper, I appreciate that galaxy. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to people who've been purchasing the books. I know somebody have already gotten today the 21 days of reset. If you haven't gotten this already, I think you should. If you've been too busy building for everybody else and not growing on your own and not building on your own, when you read this, it's going to mess with you. I promise you. And then also, this is a new book we just released on August 14th. It's called The 7 Laws of Reset. If you haven't gotten this, definitely make sure you go get a copy. Frank Hankins, I appreciate that galaxy you just sent. I want to know tonight, if tonight was your first night being here, do me a favor and comment your first name. Somebody says, where do I purchase? You can go right there to Sherry name, right there. You can inbox her. She just posted it where you can go. Just click that, copy and paste and go there. Or you can click the link in my bio, take you to the same place. Okay? I appreciate that galaxy, Sherry. I want to know, who was this for tonight? What time do you normally go live? 8:30 at night. I go live every morning at 9:30. I do 2 times a day. All right. So many people tell me they start the day with me and they end the night with me too. Yeah. We is a healing community. If you haven't joined the TRC, what I want you to do is I definitely want you to join the TRC if you haven't joined yet. Okay? I definitely would love for you to join the TRC. It's my private community. It absolutely don't cost you a thing. Okay? There's over 300 hours of therapy in there. And it's a community of people in there that's going to love on you. Yeah. Also, October 23rd and the 24th, I'll be live in Jacksonville, Florida at the Ritz Theater. Definitely can't wait to meet you there. So definitely go ahead now and plan your vacation. Meet me in Jacksonville, October 23rd to the 24th. You can get your tickets on Ticketmaster. Yeah. But yeah, how many was this? This was for you tonight. And do you have any questions that I can answer? Do you have any questions that I can answer? And again, if you do support this community, definitely drop a galaxy if you can. We'll probably do some battles tomorrow. You're the man for teaching this. You know, this is a very uncomfortable conversation for people. Appreciate those sunny side up eggs. Bookish. This is a very uncomfortable conversation people don't like to talk about. But we cannot be a healing community if we are afraid to talk about what things people don't want to talk about. And there's half the people right now, you don't even really believe in God for yourself. You believe in God because somebody told you to believe in God. You never found out who he is yourself. You think grandmama gonna get you into heaven and granddaddy gonna get you into heaven. Maybe you grew up just believing in Catholicism and maybe people just could pray you into heaven. That ain't the type of religion. That ain't what I need to know for sure. I need to be able to have a mind inside of him. And that's what I'm telling you, because you can be easily manipulated. Don't just take my word for it. No, the goal is to get you to think on your own. I didn't say understand everything on your own. That's not what I said. I know I have some super religious people who just don't believe that, they program to believe whatever the pastor say, do what he say do, or you going to hell. I'm sorry you messed up like that. I appreciate that ship, Mel Roberts. I'm sorry you messed up like that. Hey, Zach, dude, I agree with you 100%. But there's a lot of people right now who don't know that because they've been hurt by religion. They've been hurt by the wrong pastor who done been exposed for going out here doing crazy stuff. They don't know what to believe right now. And frankly, I got to be honest. This is why you have to deal with the truth. A lot of this sometimes be the root cause of your problems. There's a lot of hurt. A lot of people that I have therapy sessions with, they don't even realize when they talking how damaged religion have made them. It turned them into this rebellious person. It turned them into this angry person. It turned them into this shameful person. You ever want to meet somebody who's full of shame? It'd be most of us who come out of church. And just think about it. If you're already full of shame and you know, somebody trying to get people who are messed up by religion, they don't even really take the words of anybody else serious. Oh, you don't wear a badge, so I can't talk to you. You ain't living this way, so I can't learn from you. There's people out here, you so messed up in your life. Do you want to know why you can't grow? You seriously believe somebody at your church told you you couldn't have a mentor, a coach, maybe a finance coach, somebody that can teach you something different about this world. You say, no, I can't learn from you. You don't believe like me. Who taught you that? I'm just saying, who taught you that? Now, I can be honest about mine. I can be honest. I can be honest tonight and tell you, yes, I was taught some things just like that. Don't go over there, listen to them, don't listen to them, don't listen to them. And that's why you have some of the most poverty-minded people stuck in religion and stuck in cycles, because they are not allowed to think for themselves. There's no difference. Are you listening? There's no, I'm telling you, let me tell you something. You have the same ability to touch God just like anybody else. Who told you you couldn't? You never really tried it for yourself. You always built your beliefs off somebody else, and it controlled your life. And this is what I tell marriage couples, like, you better not be building this same logic. Is just a logic you can use with everything. And people give you your identity. Marriage give you your identity. Family give you your identity. You don't even have the ability to think on your own. Everything I gotta do it the way my family do it. One of the greatest ways that men manipulate their children is saying, look, you got my name, so you got to do what I tell you to do. You have my name. And that's manipulation. You got to think how I want you to think because you got my name. That's manipulation. That's and this baby was trained to really contact God and really know how to have a relationship with God. And this baby would know how to move and get answers from God by himself, or by herself. I can't stand when people use God's name to control you and then scare you and make you feel like you're the scum of the earth because you are not a part of them. Yeah. Somebody says, I've been told by a man that a woman's supposed to be submissive, and being that, I have failed me. Again, Nikita, I would tell you, what do you believe according to what you believe in your faith? Because if you're a Christian woman, of course you're going to, that's in 2 Peter. To submit to a man, that's scripture. Again, it will all go back to what you believe. Now, if you don't believe God for yourself, why are you saying you're a Christian? And that is what's wrong with our society right now. Pay attention to what I'm saying. That is what's wrong with our society right now, man. For real. Everybody claiming to know this and know that, but nobody's following the rules. You know why nobody's following the rules? Because they don't really believe for themselves. This is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have with me. I promise you, you don't really want to have this conversation with me. But it's a part of healing. I say, don't say that you love, or don't say you really know you believe in him for real, but you don't really believe in, in his word. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of messed up. Like, and you can even go back to the Hebrew, whatever you want to do is I'm just saying, like, sometimes people really do stuff like this. But do you believe for you, or do you believe from somebody else? Because when that somebody person hurt you, now you don't want nothing to do with God. And this marriage go a different direction, and you built this relationship, and you built it all believing that pretty much this relationship was like God led and God driven, and then it fails. Now all of a sudden I don't want nothing to do with God. I'm telling you tonight that people weaponize religion. Not just in Christianity. They do it in Buddhism. They do it in the Muslim faith, Catholicism. Man, the list goes on. Are you listening? People use this to weaponize and control you. What I'm saying is, man, you got to think for yourself. You got to think for yourself. Because this kind of hurt is different. Because now you confused in life and you don't know what to go. You don't know what to trust. It's like, God, can I really even trust you? Like, how do I even know if you real? And there was a season in my life where I questioned God. Like, I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, I know you, I felt you, you feel me. Something took control of me one day. And I'm like, I'm like, so I know you real, but God, these people around me, they are not righteous. These are like the scribes and Pharisees in the Bible. Like, these folks, don't you know who took him out? The church. I'm just saying. Religion took him out. Now, I'm not here to defend any church or leader or organization. That is not what this is about tonight. I told you we are separating what happened to you from what you were being told it meant about God. Some real stuff, man. I appreciate you, Justin Hopton. People don't really like to have these type of conversations, and they get upset with you. Can't get mad. It's okay for you to say, if somebody asks you what you, when I'm in therapy and I'm talking to people, I love it when they say, Mark, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I believe. Do you think I say, oh, something is wrong with you? You mean to tell me? That ain't my place. My place is to get to the root of the cause, to figure out why you don't believe something. You keep digging and you keep digging and you keep digging. There it is. Whoop, there it is. We got to go uproot this. Get this out you. Get this out of your way. So now you got understanding on this. So now you can start doing things and figuring things out on your own. Some people they're confused right now, man. Some people are angry right now. I'm telling you the truth. Some people, they go to church, but they emotionally checked out years ago. They just go just as a tradition, especially on Easter Sunday. Did you know most people go to church? They don't really believe in God for real. I'm just telling you the truth. There's a lot of people. I'll just say a lot. It's a tradition. I feel good when I go to church. What about the people who go to church but don't feel good? They just go just to say that they go. So in their mind, they feel like they did something and they feel accomplished, but they didn't really break through. They didn't feel the presence of God. They went for a show. Now, people don't like to talk about stuff like this. You hate to talk about stuff like this, but you got to realize that this have been messing up people's lives. You might And I think that I'm telling the truth. But you might get in a relationship with somebody who don't even like God for real. They just say that they are Christian just so that they can satisfy you. But they don't know him for real. They might say that they, Muslim just to satisfy you. They may say that they're a Scientologist just to satisfy you. Are you listening? They may say that that's what people do. I told you, it's not my job to force everybody into the same conclusion. Because that would literally, it would repeat the very problem we're talking about. I don't need to control what you believe in. Because I told you earlier, what does control says? Control, what does it say? What does it really say? Control says, I already know what you're supposed to believe in. I had a pastor tell me, he says, this is when I left the church. I just wanted to get baptized because I was growing my relationship with God by myself. I didn't need nobody. At this point in my life, I did have a pastor. It was somebody else, and he sent me over there to get baptized. It was like, yo, go to there and see, can they baptize you? This pastor told me, I can't baptize you unless you're a member of this church. And I said, that ain't nowhere in scripture. Well, that's for the rules and regulations of this church. I just can't let you just go out here and do. You can't let me what? You can't let me. Then he says, if I can be your mama and daddy pastor, I'm a good enough pastor for you. But see now, when I hit him with this, well, God said he give you pastors according to his heart. And you speaking for God? Well, who are you to question me? Because control, spiritual control says, I already know what you are supposed to believe. And that's what I'm saying. Healing is healing, man. Healing, a lot of people got to heal. Because it creates enough room for you to tell the truth about what happened. And even as a kid, I had somebody get up in the church. They found out that I was out there cutting up a little bit, They found out Lee was out there getting a little bit, Woo! I was 16, boy, and I was mean with it. I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? I was cutting, just a little bit, I'm sorry, it's back in the day. I couldn't, I was struggling. I wasn't cussing or nothing, but hey, I was struggling a little bit, man. I gotta tell the truth. And I went to church one night and man, God touched me, man. And I'm like, man, look, God touched me. I felt forgiven. I had a real experience with God, for real. And so I got up and I testified. And I'm like, I just want to thank God, giving unto the Lord, and how they do the, first giving unto the God, and then the head of the church. No, But anyway, I get up and I say, I'll never forget this, man. This is in my book, 21 Days to Reset. I'll never forget this. This day was a day that I really emotionally checked out. She told me across the church in front of everybody, you ain't saved. Do you know how hurtful that was for somebody to tell me that God is not in me because they found out that I was fornicating at 16 years old? Do you know how I felt that my dad didn't get up and put nobody in their place? Are you listening? Do you know how I felt though? I pretty much it was that day really that I really understood that my dad chose the church over me. And see, that type of hurt at that season in my life, that's a dangerous place to be for a 16-year-old kid. Are you listening? So guess what I did? I backslid. I said, man, these folk fake, man. y'all, you know, I was young, immature. It wasn't the fact that God didn't touch me. It wasn't the fact that I didn't believe that God was real. It was the fact that I had bad examples of leaders. People who want to be God. People who want to manipulate the people and control the people. Put people on blast in front of the people to spread fear. Are you listening? Yeah. We healed from it and moved on from it, many years later. I told him, man, look, hey, I can't hang with you. I said, you got to listen to your pastor. I told this to my own dad because I take things real serious. I've always took things serious. I always told people, look, if I'm going to live right, I'm going to do right for real. But if I'm going to be a devil, I'm going to be I'm going to be a devil. I don't do no in between. My conscience don't let me do the in between. If I'm going to be I'm just going to be honest with you. But if I'm going to do right, I want to do right. Like, see, this got to be in you. That type of mindset, that has to be in you. And that's real faith. But with these situations and when people do this and try to tell you what you ain't, and they always say this stuff because you ain't in church and you ain't doing what they doing, they in there shaking and, sometimes they doing all this for no reason. Knowing good and well the spirit ain't hitting you. But if you don't do this, a lot of you have to put down your dignity to just do what other people do, even when you don't feel nothing. Let me give you this other story. Look, true. Hey, my right hand to the Lord. Like, I'm so serious.